Messi was born on the 24th of June 1987 in Rosario, Santa Fe, the third of four children of Jorge Messi, a steel factory manager, and his wife Celia Cuccidini, who worked in a magnet manufacturing workshop. On his father's side, he is of Italian and Spanish descent, the great-grandson of immigrants from the north-central Adriatic Marche region of Italy, and on his mother's side, he has primarily Italian ancestry. Growing up in a tight-knit, football-loving family, Leo developed a passion for the sport from an early age, playing constantly with his older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, and his cousins, Maximiliano and Emanuele Biancucci, both of whom became professional footballers. At the age of 4 he joined local club Grandoli, where he was coached by his father, though his earliest influence as a player came from his maternal grandmother, Celia, who accompanied him to training and matches. He was greatly affected by her death, shortly before his 11th birthday. Since then, as a devout Roman Catholic, he has celebrated his goals by looking up and pointing to the sky in tribute to his grandmother. A lifelong supporter of Newell's Old Boys, Messi joined the Rosario club when he was 6 years old. During the 6 years he played for Newell's, he scored almost 500 goals as a member of the Machine of 87 Inches, the near-unbeatable youth side named for the year of their birth, and regularly entertained crowds by performing ball tricks during halftime of the first team's home games. However, his future as a professional player was threatened when, aged 10, he was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. As his father's health insurance covered only 2 years of growth hormone treatment, which cost at least $1,000 per month, Newell's agreed to contribute, but later reneged on their promise. He was scouted by Buenos Aires club River Plate, whose playmaker, Pablo Aimar, he idolized, but they declined to pay for his treatment. His goal-scoring idol growing up was Ronaldo, with Messi calling him the best forward I've ever seen. As the Messi family had relatives in Catalonia, they sought to arrange a trial with Barcelona in September 2000. First-team director Charlie Rexach immediately wanted to sign him, but the board of directors hesitated. At the time it was highly unusual for European clubs to sign foreign players of such a young age. On the 14th of December, an ultimatum was issued for Barcelona to prove their commitment, and Rexach, with no other paper at hand, offered a contract on a paper napkin. In February 2001, the family relocated to Barcelona, where they moved into an apartment near the club's stadium, Camp Nou. During his first year in Spain, Messi rarely played with the Infantiles due to a transfer conflict with Newell's. As a foreigner, he could only be fielded in friendlies in the Catalan league. Without football, he struggled to integrate into the team. Already reserved by nature, he was so quiet that his teammates initially believed he was mute. At home, he suffered from homesickness after his mother moved back to Rosario with his brothers and little sister, Maria Sol, while he stayed in Barcelona with his father. After a year at Barcelona's youth academy, La Masia, Messi was finally enrolled in the Royal Spanish Football Federation (RFEF) in February 2002. Now playing in all competitions, he befriended his teammates, among whom were Cesc Fabregas and Gerard Piqué. After completing his growth hormone treatment aged 14, Messi became an integral part of the Baby Dream team, Barcelona's greatest ever youth side. During his first full season, 2002-03, he was top scorer with 36 goals in 30 games for the Cadets A, who won an unprecedented treble of the league in both the Spanish and Catalan Cups. The Copa Catalunya final, a 4-1 victory over Espanyol, became known in club lore as the Partido de la Mascara, the final of the mask. A week after suffering a broken cheekbone during a league match, Messi was allowed to start the game on the condition that he wear a plastic protector. Soon hindered by the mask, he took it off and scored 2 goals in 10 minutes before his substitution. At the close of the season, he received an offer to join Arsenal, his first from a foreign club, but while Fabregas and Piqué soon left for England, he chose to remain in Barcelona. Personal life, family and relationships. Since 2008, Messi has been in a relationship with Antonella Rocuzzo, a fellow native of Rosario. He has known Rocuzzo since he was 5 years old, as she is the cousin of his childhood best friend, Lucas Scalia, who is also a football player. After keeping their relationship private for a year, Messi first confirmed their romance in an interview in January 2009, before going public a month later during a carnival in Sitges after the Barcelona-Espanyol derby. Messi and Rocuzzo have 3 sons. To celebrate his partner's first pregnancy, Messi placed the ball under his shirt after scoring in Argentina's 4-0 win against Ecuador on the 2nd of June 2012, before confirming the pregnancy in an interview 2 weeks later. Thiago was born in Barcelona on the 2nd of November 2012. In April 2015, Messi confirmed that they were expecting another child. On the 30th of June 2017, he married Rocuzzo at a luxury hotel named Hotel City Center in Rosario. In October 2017, his wife announced they were expecting their third child. Messi and his family are Catholic Christians. Messi enjoys a close relationship with his immediate family members, particularly his mother, Celia, whose face he has tattooed on his left shoulder. His professional affairs are largely run as a family business. His father, Jorge, has been his agent since he was 14, and his oldest brother, Rodrigo, handles his daily schedule and publicity. His mother and other brother, Matias, manage his charitable organization, the Leo Messi Foundation, and take care of personal and professional matters in Rosario. Since leaving for Spain aged 13, Messi has maintained close ties to his hometown of Rosario, even preserving his distinct Rosarino accent. He has kept ownership of his family's old house, although it has long stood empty. He maintains a penthouse apartment in an exclusive residential building for his mother, as well as a family compound just outside the city. Once when he was in training with the national team in Buenos Aires, he made a 3-hour trip by car to Rosario immediately after practice to have dinner with his family, spent the night with them, and returned to Buenos Aires the next day in time for practice. Messi keeps in daily contact via phone and text with a small group of confidants in Rosario, most of whom were fellow members of the Machine of '87 at Newell's Old Boys. While at Barcelona he lived in Castelldefels, a village near Barcelona. He was on bad terms with the club after his transfer to Barcelona, but by 2012 their public feud had ended, with Newell's embracing their ties with Messi, even issuing a club membership card to his newborn son. Messi has long planned to return to Rosario to end his playing career at Newell's. Messi holds triple citizenship, as he is a citizen of Argentina, Italy, and Spain. His favorite meals include asado, traditional South American barbecue, milanesa and pasta, and he prefers his made unsweetened. Club career: Barcelona. 2003-2005. Rise to the first team. During the 2003-04 season, his fourth with Barcelona, Messi rapidly progressed through the club's ranks, debuting for 4 youth teams in a single campaign. After being named player of the tournament in 4 international preseason competitions with the Juveniles B, he played only one official match with the team before being promoted to the Juveniles A, where he scored 18 goals in 11 league games. Messi was then one of several youth players called up to strengthen a depleted first team during the international break. French winger Ludovic Giuly explained how Messi caught the eye in a training session with Frank Rijkaard's first team. "He destroyed us all. They were kicking him all over the place to avoid being ridiculed by this kid. He just got up and kept on playing. He would dribble past 4 players and score a goal. Even the team's starting center backs were nervous. He was an alien." At 16 years, 4 months, and 23 days old, Messi made his first team debut when he came on in the 75th minute during a friendly against Jose Mourinho's Porto on the 16th of November 2003. His performance, creating 2 chances and a shot on goal, impressed the technical staff, and he subsequently began training daily with the club's reserve side, Barcelona B, as well as weekly with the first team. After his first training session with the senior squad, Barca's new star player, Ronaldinho, told his teammates that he believed the 16-year-old would become an even better player than himself. Ronaldinho soon befriended Messi, whom he called "little brother," which greatly eased his transition into the first team. To gain further match experience, Messi joined Barcelona C in addition to the Juveniles A, playing his first game for the third team on the 29th of November. He helped save them from the relegation zone of the Tercera Division, scoring 5 goals in 10 games, including a hat-trick in 8 minutes during a Copa del Rey match while man-marked by Sevilla's Sergio Ramos. His progress was reflected in his first professional contract, signed on the 4th of February 2004, which lasted until 2012 and contained an initial buyout clause of €30 million. A month later, on the 6th of March, he made his debut for Barcelona B in the Segunda Division B, and his buyout clause automatically increased to €80 million. He played 5 games with the B team that season but did not score. Physically he was weaker than his opponents, who were often much older and taller, and in training he worked on increasing his muscle mass and overall strength in order to be able to shake off defenders. Towards the end of the season, he returned to both youth teams, helping the Juveniles B win the league. He finished the campaign having scored for 4 of his 5 teams with a total of 36 goals in all official competitions. During the 2004-05 season, Messi was a guaranteed starter for the B team, playing 17 games throughout the campaign and scoring on 6 occasions. Since his debut the previous November, he had not been called up to the first team again, but in October 2004, the senior players asked manager Frank Rijkaard to promote him. Since Ronaldinho already played on the left wing, Rijkaard moved Messi from his usual position onto the right flank, though initially against the player's wishes, allowing him to cut into the center of the pitch and shoot with his dominant left foot. Messi made his league debut during the next match on the 16th of October, against Espanyol at Estadio Olímpic Luis Companys in Montjuic, coming on in the 82nd minute. At 17 years, 3 months, and 22 days old, he was at the time the youngest player to represent Barcelona in an official competition. As a substitute player, he played 244 minutes in 9 matches for the first team that season, including his debut in the UEFA Champions League against Shakhtar Donetsk. He scored his first senior goal on the 1st of May 2005, against Albacete, from an assist by Ronaldinho, becoming, at that time, the youngest ever scorer for the club. Barcelona, in their second season under Rijkaard, won the league for the first time in 6 years. 2005-2008, becoming a starting 11 player. On the 24th of June, his 18th birthday, Messi signed his first contract as a senior team player. It made him a Barcelona player until 2010, 2 years less than his previous contract, but his buyout clause increased to €150 million. His breakthrough came 2 months later, on the 24th of August, during the Joan Gamper Trophy, Barcelona's preseason competition. A starter for the first time, he gave a well-received performance against Fabio Capello's Juventus, receiving an ovation from the Camp Nou. Capello sought to take Messi to Juventus on loan, but Inter Milan offered to pay his €150 million buyout clause and triple his wages. According to then-President Joan Laporta, it was the only time the club faced a real risk of losing Messi, but he ultimately decided to stay. On the 16th of September, his contract was updated for the second time in 3 months and extended to 2014. Due to issues regarding his legal status in the Royal Spanish Football Federation, Messi missed the start of La Liga, but on the 26th of September, he acquired Spanish citizenship and became eligible to play. Wearing the number 19 shirt, he gradually established himself as the first-choice right-winger, forming an attacking trio with Ronaldinho and striker Samuel Eto'o. He was in the starting lineup in major matches like his first Clásico against rivals Real Madrid on the 19th of November, as well as Barcelona's away victory over Chelsea in the last 16 round of the Champions League, which came on back of an intense period of rivalry between the clubs, leading a resentful Messi to state, "We would rather play Arsenal, Manchester United or anyone else than be on the pitch with Chelsea." After he had scored 8 goals in 25 games, including his first in the Champions League, in a 5-0 win over Panathinaikos on the 2nd of November 2005, his season ended prematurely during the return leg against Chelsea on the 7th of March 2006, when he suffered a torn hamstring. Messi worked to regain fitness in time for the Champions League final, but on the 17th of May, the day of the final, he was eventually ruled out. He was so disappointed that he did not celebrate his team's victory over Arsenal in Paris, something he later came to regret. While Barcelona began a gradual decline, the 19-year-old Messi established himself as one of the best players in the world during the 2006-07 campaign. Already an idol to the Culés, the club's supporters, he scored 17 goals in 36 games across all competitions. However, he continued to be plagued by major injuries. A metatarsal fracture sustained on the 12th of November 2006 kept him out of action for 3 months. He recovered in time for the last 16 round of the Champions League against Liverpool, but was effectively marked out of the game. Barcelona, the reigning champions, were out of the competition. In the league, his goal contribution increased towards the end of the season. 11 of his 14 goals came from the last 13 games. On the 10th of March 2007, he scored his first hat-trick in a Clásico, the first player to do so in 12 years, equalizing after each goal by Real Madrid to end the match in a 3-3 draw in injury time. His growing importance to the club was reflected in a new contract, signed that month, which greatly increased his wages. Already frequently compared to compatriot Diego Maradona, Messi proved their similarity when he nearly replicated Maradona's two most famous goals in the span of 7 weeks. During a Copa del Rey semi-final against Getafe on the 18th of April, he scored a goal remarkably similar to Maradona's second goal in the quarter-finals of the 1986 FIFA World Cup, known as the FIFA World Cup, known as the goal of the century. Messi collected the ball on the right side near the halfway line, ran 60 meters, 66 yards, and beat 5 defenders before scoring with an angled finish, just as Maradona had done. A league match against Espanyol on the 9th of June saw him score by launching himself at the ball and guiding it past the goalkeeper with his hand in similar fashion to Maradona's Hand of God goal in the same World Cup match. As Messi continued his individual rise, Barcelona faltered. The team failed to reach the Copa del Rey final after Messi was rested during the second leg against Getafe and lost the league to Real Madrid on head-to-head results. After Ronaldinho lost form, Messi became Barca's new star player at only 20 years old, receiving the nickname Messiah from the Spanish media. His efforts in 2007 also earned him award recognition. Journalists voted him the third best player of the year for the 2007 Ballon d'Or, behind Kaká and runner-up Cristiano Ronaldo, while international managers and national team captains voted him second for the FIFA World Player of the Year award, again behind Kaká. Although he managed to score 16 goals during the 2007-08 campaign, the second half of his season was again marred by injuries after he suffered a torn hamstring on the 15th of December. He returned to score twice in their away victory against Celtic in the last 16 round of the Champions League, becoming the competition's top scorer at that point with 6 goals, but re-injured himself during the return leg on the 4th of March 2008. Rijkaard had fielded him despite warning from the medical staff, leading captain Carles Puyol to criticize the Spanish media for pressuring Messi to play every match. Barcelona finished the season without trophies, eliminated in the Champions League semi-finals by the eventual champions, Manchester United, and placed third in the league. 2008-09, first treble. After 2 unsuccessful seasons, Barcelona were in need of an overhaul, leading to the departure of Rijkaard and Ronaldinho. Upon the latter's departure, Messi was given the number 10 shirt. He signed a new contract in July with an annual salary of €7.8 million, becoming the club's highest-paid player. Ahead of the new season, a major concern remained his frequent muscular injuries, which had left him sidelined for a total of 8 months between 2006 and 2008. To combat the problem, the club implemented new training, nutrition, and lifestyle regimens, and assigned him a personal physiotherapist, who would travel with him during call-ups for the Argentina national team. As a result, Messi remained virtually injury-free during the next 4 years, allowing him to reach his full potential. Despite his injuries early in the year, his performances in 2008 saw him again voted runner-up for the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year award, both times behind Cristiano Ronaldo. In his first uninterrupted campaign, the 2008-09 season, he scored 38 goals in 51 games, contributing alongside Eto'o and winger Thierry Henry to a total of 100 goals in all competitions, a record at the time for the club. During his first season under Barcelona's new manager, former captain Pep Guardiola, Messi played mainly on the right wing, like he had under Rijkaard, though this time as a false winger with the freedom to cut inside and roam the center. During the Clásico on the 2nd of May 2009, however, he played for the first time as a false 9, positioned as a center forward but dropping deep into midfield to link up with Xavi and Andrés Iniesta. He set up his side's first goal and scored twice to end the match in an emphatic 6-2 victory, the team's greatest ever score at Real Madrid's Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. Returning to the wing, he played his first final since breaking into the first team on the 13th of May, scoring once and assisting a second goal as Barcelona defeated Athletic Bilbao 4-1 to win the Copa del Rey. With 23 league goals from Messi that season, Barcelona became La Liga champions 3 days later and achieved its 5th double. As the season's Champions League top scorer with 9 goals, the youngest in the tournament's history, Messi scored 2 goals and assisted 2 more to ensure a 4-0 quarterfinal victory over Bayern Munich. He returned as a false 9 during the final on the 27th of May in Rome against Manchester United. Barcelona were crowned champions of Europe by winning the match 2-0, the second goal coming from a Messi header over goalkeeper Edwin van der Sar. Barcelona thus achieved the first treble in the history of Spanish football. This success was reflected in a new contract, signed on the 18th of September, which committed Messi to the club through 2016 with a new buyout clause of €250 million, while his salary increased to €12 million. 2009-10. First Ballon d'Or. His team's prosperity continued into the second half of 2009, as Barcelona became the first club to achieve the sextuple, winning 6 top-tier trophies in a single year. After victories in the Supercopa de España and UEFA Super Cup in August, Barcelona won the FIFA Club World Cup against Estudiantes de La Plata on the 19th of December, with Messi scoring the winning 2-1 goal with his chest. At 22 years old, Messi won the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year award, both times by the biggest voting margin in each trophy's history. The new year, however, started on a less positive note for Barcelona, as they were knocked out of the Copa del Rey by Sevilla in the round of 16. Unsatisfied with his position on the right wing, with the club's summer acquisition Zlatan Ibrahimovic occupying the central forward role, Messi resumed playing as a false nine in early 2010, beginning with a Champions League last 16-round match against VfB Stuttgart. After a first-leg draw, Barcelona won the second leg 4-0 with 2 goals and an assist from Messi. At that point, he effectively became the tactical focal point of Guardiola's team, and his goal-scoring rate increased. Messi scored a total of 47 goals in all competitions that season, equaling Ronaldo's club record from the 1996-97 campaign. He scored all of his side's 4 goals in the Champions League quarterfinal against Arsenal on the 6th of April, while becoming Barcelona's all-time top scorer in the competition. Although Barcelona were eliminated in the Champions League semi-finals by the eventual champions, Inter Milan, Messi finished the season as top scorer, with 8 goals for the second consecutive year. As the league's top scorer with 34 goals, again tying Ronaldo's record, he helped Barcelona win a second consecutive La Liga trophy with only a single defeat and earned his first European Golden Shoe, 2010-2011, 5th La Liga title and 3rd Champions League. Messi secured Barcelona's first trophy of the 2010-11 campaign, the Supercopa de España, by scoring a hat-trick in his side's second leg 4-0 victory over Sevilla, after a first-leg defeat. Assuming a playmaking role, he was again instrumental in a Clásico on the 29th of November 2010, the first with José Mourinho in charge of Real Madrid, as Barcelona defeated their rivals 5-0. Messi helped the team achieve 16 consecutive league victories, a record in Spanish football, concluding with another hat-trick against Atletico Madrid on the 5th of February 2011. His club performances in 2010 earned him the inaugural FIFA Ballon d'Or, an amalgamation of the Ballon d'Or and the FIFA World Player of the Year award, though his win was met with some criticism due to his lack of success with Argentina at the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Under the award's old format, he would have placed just outside the top 3, owing his win to the votes from the international coaches and captains. Towards the end of the season, Barcelona played 4 Clásicos in the span of 18 days. A league match on the 16th of April ended in a draw after a penalty from Messi. After Barcelona lost the Copa del Rey final 4 days later, Messi scored both goals in his side's 2-0 win in the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals in Madrid, the second of which, a slaloming dribble past 3 real players, was acclaimed as one of the best ever in the competition. Although he did not score, he was again important in the second leg draw that sent Barcelona through to the Champions League final, where they faced Manchester United in a repeat of the final 2 years earlier. As the competition's top scorer for the 3rd consecutive year, with 12 goals, Messi gave a man-of-the-match performance at Wembley on the 28th of May, scoring the match-winning goal of Barca's 3-1 victory. Barcelona won a 3rd consecutive La Liga title. In addition to his 31 goals, Messi was also the league's top assist provider with 18. He finished the season with 53 goals in all competitions, becoming Barcelona's all-time single-season top scorer and the first player in Spanish football to reach the 50-goal benchmark. As Messi developed into a combination of a number 8, a creator, a 9 scorer, and a 10 assistant, he scored an unprecedented 73 goals and provided 29 assists in all club competitions during the 2011-12 season, producing a hat-trick or more on 10 occasions. He began the campaign by helping Barcelona win both the Spanish and European Super Cups. In the Supercopa de España, he scored 3 times to achieve a 5-4 aggregate victory over Real Madrid, overtaking Raúl as the competition's all-time top scorer with 8 goals. At the close of the year, on the 18th of December, he scored twice in the FIFA Club World Cup final, a 4-0 victory over Santos, earning the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament, as he had done 2 years previously. For his efforts in 2011, he again received the FIFA Ballon d'Or, becoming only the 4th player in history to win the Ballon d'Or 3 times, after Johan Cruyff, Michel Platini, and Marco van Basten. Additionally, he won the inaugural UEFA Best Player in Europe award, a revival of the old-style Ballon d'Or. By then, Messi was already widely considered one of the best footballers in history, alongside players like Diego Maradona and Pelé. 2012. A record-breaking year. As Messi maintained his goal-scoring form into the second half of the season, the year 2012 saw him break several long-standing records. On the 7th of March, 2 weeks after scoring 4 goals in a league fixture against Valencia, he scored 5 times in a Champions League last 16-round match against Bayer Leverkusen, an unprecedented achievement in the history of the competition. In addition to being the joint top assist provider with 5 assists, this feat made him top scorer with 14 goals, tying José Altafini's record from the 1962-63 season, as well as becoming only the second player after Gerd Müller to be top scorer in 4 campaigns. 2 weeks later, on the 20th of March, Messi became the top goalscorer in Barcelona's history at 24 years old, overtaking the 57-year record of César Rodríguez's 232 goals with a hat-trick against Granada. Despite Messi's individual form, Barcelona's 4-year cycle of success under Guardiola, one of the greatest eras in the club's history, drew to an end. Although Barcelona won the Copa del Rey against Athletic Bilbao on the 25th of May, its 14th title of that period, the team lost the league to Real Madrid and was eliminated in the Champions League semi-finals by the eventual champions, Chelsea, with Messi sending a crucial second-leg penalty kick against the crossbar. In Barca's last home league match on the 5th of May, against Espanyol, Messi scored all 4 goals before approaching the bench to embrace Guardiola, who had announced his resignation as manager. He finished the season as league top scorer in Spain and Europe for a second time, with 50 goals, a La Liga record, while his 73 goals in all competitions surpassed Gerd Müller's 67 goals in the 1972-73 Bundesliga season, making him the single-season top scorer in the history of European club football. Under manager Tito Vilanova, who had first coached him aged 14 at La Masia, Messi helped the club achieve its best-ever start to a La Liga season during the second half of 2012, amassing 55 points by the competition's midway point, a record in Spanish football. A double scored on the 9th of December against Real Betis saw Messi break 2 long-standing records. He surpassed César Rodríguez's record of 190 league goals, becoming Barcelona's all-time top scorer in La Liga, and Gerd Müller's record of most goals scored in a calendar year, overtaking his 85 goals scored in 1972 for Bayern Munich and West Germany. Messi sent Müller a number 10 Barcelona shirt, signed, with respect and admiration, after breaking his 40-year record. At the close of the year, Messi had scored a record 91 goals in all competitions for Barcelona and Argentina. Although FIFA did not acknowledge the achievement, citing verifiability issues, he received the Guinness World Records title for most goals scored in a calendar year. As the odds-on favorite, Messi again won the FIFA Ballon d'Or, becoming the only player in history to win the Ballon d'Or 4 times. 2013-2014. Messi dependency of Barcelona had virtually secured their La Liga title by the start of 2013, eventually equaling Real Madrid's 100-point record of the previous season. However, their performances deteriorated in the second half of the 2012-13 campaign, concurrently with Villanova's absence due to ill health. After losing successive Clásicos, including the Copa del Rey semi-finals, they were nearly eliminated in the first knockout round of the Champions League by AC Milan, but a revival of form in the second leg led to a 4-0 comeback, with 2 goals and an assist from Messi. Now in his 9th senior season with Barcelona, Messi signed a new contract on the 7th of February, committing himself to the club through 2018, while his fixed wage rose to €13 million. He wore the captain's armband for the first time a month later, on the 17th of March, in a league match against Rayo Vallecano. By then, He had become the team's tactical focal point to a degree that was arguably rivaled only by former Barcelona players Josep Samitier, Laszlo Kubala and Johan Cruyff. Since his evolution into a false 9 3 years earlier, his input into the team's attack had increased. From 24% in their treble-winning campaign, his goal contribution rose to more than 40% that season. After 4 largely injury-free seasons, the muscular injuries that had previously plagued Messi reoccurred. After he suffered a hamstring strain on the 2nd of April, during the first quarterfinal against Paris Saint-Germain (PSG), his appearances became sporadic. In the second leg against PSG, with an underperforming Barcelona down a goal, Messi came off the bench in the second half and within 9 minutes helped create their game-tying goal, which allowed them to progress to the semi-finals. Still unfit, he proved ineffective during the first leg against Bayern Munich and was unable to play at all during the second, as Barcelona were defeated 7-0 on aggregate by the eventual champions. These matches gave credence to the notion of Messi-dependencia, Barcelona's perceived tactical and psychological dependence on their star player. Messi continued to struggle with injury throughout 2013, eventually parting ways with his longtime personal physiotherapist. Further damage to his hamstring sustained on the 12th of May ended his goal-scoring streak of 21 consecutive league games, a worldwide record. He had netted 33 goals during his run, including a 4-goal display against Osasuna, while becoming the first player to score consecutively against all 19 opposition teams in La Liga. With 60 goals in all competitions, including 46 goals in La Liga, he finished the campaign as league top scorer in Spain and Europe for the second consecutive year, becoming the first player in history to win the European Golden Shoe 3 times. Following an irregular start to the new season under manager Gerardo Martino, formerly of his boyhood club Newell's Old Boys, Messi suffered his 5th injury of 2013 when he tore his hamstring on the 10th of November, leaving him sidelined for 2 months. Despite his injuries, he was voted runner-up for the FIFA Ballon d'Or, relinquishing the award after a 4-year monopoly to Cristiano Ronaldo. During the second half of the 2013-14 season, doubts persisted over Messi's form, leading to a perception among the culés that he was reserving himself for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Statistically, his contribution of goals, shots, and passes had dropped significantly compared to previous seasons. He still managed to break 2 long-standing records in a span of 7 days, a hat-trick on the 16th of March against Osasuna saw him overtake Paulinho Alcantara's 369 goals to become Barcelona's top goalscorer in all competitions, including friendlies, while another hat-trick against Real Madrid on the 23rd of March made him the all-time top scorer in El Clásico, ahead of the 18 goals scored by former Real Madrid player Alfredo Di Stefano. Messi finished the campaign with his worst output in 5 seasons, though he still managed to score 41 goals in all competitions. For the first time in 5 years, Barcelona ended the season without a major trophy. They were defeated in the Copa del Rey final by Real Madrid and lost the league in the last game to Atletico Madrid, causing Messi to be booed by sections of fans at the Camp Nou. After prolonged speculation over his future with the club, Messi signed a new contract on the 19th of May 2014, only a year after his last contractual update. His salary increased to €20 million, or €36 million before taxes, the highest wage in the sport. It was reported that Villanova played a key role in convincing Messi to stay amid strong interest from Jose Mourinho's Chelsea. 2014-15, second treble. Under new manager and former captain Luis Enrique, Messi experienced a largely injury-free start to the 2014-15 season, allowing him to break 3 more long-standing records towards the end of the year. A hat-trick scored against Sevilla on the 22nd of November made him the all-time top scorer in La Liga, as he surpassed the 59-year record of 251 league goals held by Telmo Zarra. A third hat-trick, scored against city rivals Espanyol on the 7th of December, allowed him to surpass Cesar Rodriguez as the all-time top scorer in the Derby Barcelona with 12 goals. Messi again placed second in the FIFA Ballon d'Or behind Cristiano Ronaldo, largely owing to his second-place achievement with Argentina at the World Cup. At the start of 2015, Barcelona were perceived to be headed for another disappointing end to the season, with renewed speculation in the media that Messi was leaving the club. A turning point came on the 11th of January during a 3-1 victory over Atletico Madrid, the first time Barca's attacking trident of Messi, Luis Suarez and Neymar, dubbed MSN, each scored in a match, marking the beginning of a highly successful run. After 5 years of playing in the center of the pitch, Messi had returned to his old position on the right wing late the previous year, by his own suggestion according to Suarez, their striker. From there, he regained his best form, while Suarez and Neymar ended the team's attacking dependency on their star player. With 58 goals from Messi, the trio scored a total of 122 goals in all competitions that season, a record in Spanish football. Towards the end of the campaign, Messi scored in a 1-0 away win over Atletico Madrid on the 17th of May, securing the La Liga title. Among his 43 league goals that season was a hat-trick scored in 11 minutes against Rayo Vallecano on the 8th of March, the fastest of his senior career. It was his 32nd hat-trick overall for Barcelona, allowing him to overtake Telmo Zarra with the most hat-tricks in Spanish football. As the season's top assist provider with 18, he surpassed Luis Figo with the most assists in La Liga. He made his record 106th assist in a fixture against Levante on the 15th of February, in which he also scored a hat-trick. Messi scored twice as Barcelona defeated Athletic Bilbao 3-1 in the Copa del Rey final on the 30th of May, achieving the 6th double in their history. His opening goal was hailed as one of the greatest in his career. He collected the ball near the halfway line and beat 4 opposing players, before feinting the goalkeeper to score in a tight space by the near post. In the Champions League, Messi scored twice and set up another in their 3-0 semi-final victory over Bayern Munich, now under the stewardship of Guardiola. His second goal, which came only 3 minutes after his first, saw him chip the ball over goalkeeper Manuel Neuer after his dribble past Jerome Boateng had made the defender drop to the ground. It went viral, becoming the year's most tweeted about sporting moment, and was named the best goal of the season by UEFA. Despite a second leg loss, Barcelona progressed to the final on the 6th of June in Berlin, where they defeated Juventus 3-1 to win their second treble, becoming the first team in history to do so. Although Messi did not score, he participated in each of his side's goals, particularly the second as he forced a parried save from goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon, from which Suarez scored the match-winning goal on the rebound. In addition to being the top assist provider with 6 assists, Messi finished the competition as the joint top scorer with 10 goals, which earned him the distinction of being the first player ever to achieve the top scoring mark in 5 Champions League seasons. For his efforts during the season, he received the UEFA Best Player in Europe award for a second time. 2015-16, domestic success. Messi opened the 2015-16 season by scoring twice from free kicks in Barcelona's 5-4 victory after extra time over Sevilla in the UEFA Super Cup. On the 16th of September, he became the youngest player to make 100 appearances in the UEFA Champions League in a 1-1 away draw to Roma. After a knee injury, he returned to the pitch on the 21st of November, making a substitute appearance in Barcelona's 4-0 away win over rivals Real Madrid in El Clasico. Messi capped off the year by winning the 2015 FIFA Club World Cup final on the 20th of December, collecting his 5th club trophy of 2015 as Barcelona defeated River Plate 3-0 in Yokohama. On the 30th of December, Messi scored on his 500th appearance for Barcelona, in a 4-0 home win over Real Betis. On the 11th of January 2016, Messi won the FIFA Ballon d'Or for a record 5th time in his career. On the 3rd of February, he scored a hat-trick in Barcelona's 7-0 win against Valencia in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final at the Camp Nou. In a 6-1 home win against Celta Vigo in the league, Messi assisted Suarez from a penalty kick. Some saw it as a touch of genius, while others criticized it as being disrespectful to the opponent. The Celta players never complained and their coach defended the penalty, stating, "Barca's forwards are very respectful." The penalty routine has been compared to that of Barca icon Johan Cruyff in 1982, who was battling lung cancer, leading many fans to indicate that the penalty was a tribute to him. Cruyff himself was very happy with the play, insisting it was legal and entertaining. On the 17th of February, Messi reached his 300th league goal in a 3-1 away win against Sporting de Gijón. A few days later, he scored both goals in Barcelona's 2-0 win against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium, in the first leg of the 2015-16 UEFA Champions League round of 16. With the second goal being Barcelona's 10,000th in official competitions. On the 17th of April, Messi ended a 5-match scoring drought with his 500th senior career goal for club and country in Barcelona's 2-1 home loss to Valencia. Messi finished the 2015-16 season by setting up both goals in Barcelona's 2-0 extra-time win over Sevilla in the 2016 Copa del Rey final, at the Vicente Calderón Stadium, on the 22nd of May 2016, as the club celebrated winning the domestic double for the second consecutive season. In total, Messi scored 41 goals as Barcelona's attacking trio managed a Spanish record of 131 goals throughout the season, breaking the record they had set the previous season. 2016-17, fourth Golden Boot. Messi opened the 2016-17 season by lifting the 2016 Supercopa de España as Barcelona's captain in the absence of the injured Andrés Iniesta. He set up Munir's goal in a 2-0 away win over Sevilla in the first leg on the 14th of August, and subsequently scored in a 3-0 win in the return leg on the 17th of August. 3 days later, he scored 2 goals as Barcelona won 6-2 against Real Betis in the opening game of the 2016-17 La Liga season. On the 13th of September, Messi scored his first hat-trick of the season in the opening game of the 2016-17 UEFA Champions League campaign against Celtic in a 7-0 victory. This was also Messi's 6th hat-trick in the Champions League, the most by any player. A week later, Messi sustained a groin injury in a 1-1 draw against Atletico Madrid and was ruled out with injury for 3 weeks. He marked his return with a goal, scoring 3 minutes after coming off the bench in a 4-0 home win over Deportivo de La Coruña, on the 16th of October. 3 days after this, he netted his 37th club hat-trick as Barcelona defeated Manchester City 4-0. On the 1st of November, Messi scored his 54th Champions League group stage goal in Barcelona's 3-1 away loss to Manchester City, surpassing the previous record of 53 goals held by Raúl. Messi finished the year with 51 goals, making him Europe's top scorer, one ahead of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. After placing second in the 2016 Ballon d'Or, on the 9th of January 2017 Messi also finished in second place, behind Cristiano Ronaldo once again, in the 2016 Best FIFA Men's Player Award. On the 11th of January, Messi scored from a free kick in Barcelona's 3-1 victory against Athletic Bilbao in the second leg of the round of 16 of the Copa del Rey, which enabled Barcelona to advance to the quarter-finals of the competition. With his 26th goal from a free kick for Barcelona in all competitions, he equaled the club's all-time record, which had previously been set by Ronald Koeman. In his next league match, on the 14th of January, Messi scored in a 5-0 win against Las Palmas. With this goal, he equaled Raúl's record for the most teams scored against in La Liga, 35. On the 4th of February 2017, Messi scored his 27th free kick for Barcelona in a 3-0 home win over Athletic Bilbao in the league, overtaking Koeman as the club's all-time top scorer from free kicks. On the 23rd of April, Messi scored twice in a 3-2 away win over Real Madrid. His game-winning goal in stoppage time was his 500th for Barcelona. His memorable celebration saw him taking off his Barcelona shirt and holding it up to incensed Real Madrid fans, with his name and number facing the crowd. On the 27th of May, Messi scored a goal and set up another for Paco Alcácer in the 2017 Copa del Rey final, helping Barcelona to a 3-1 victory over Alaves, and was named man of the match. In total, Messi finished the 2016-17 season with 54 goals, while his 37 goals in La Liga saw him claim both the Pichichi and European Golden Boot awards for the 4th time in his career. 2017-18, domestic double and a record 5th Golden Boot. Messi opened the 2017-18 season by converting a penalty in Barcelona's 1-3 first leg home defeat to Real Madrid in Supercopa de España. Thereby, Messi also extended his El Clasico goal-scoring record, with the goal being his 24th official and 25th overall. On the 9th of September, Messi scored his first hat-trick of the 2017-18 league campaign, against Espanyol in Derby Barcelona, thus helping to secure a 5-0 home victory for Blaugrana over local rivals. Messi netted twice against Gianluigi Buffon, on the 12th of September, as Barca defeated the last season's Italian champions Juventus 3-0 at home in the UEFA Champions League. On the 19th of September, Messi found the net 4 times in a 6-1 trashing of Eibar at the Camp Nou in La Liga. 3 weeks later, on the 1st of October, Messi surpassed his former teammate Carles Puyol to become the third highest appearance maker in the club's history, as he helped Barca defeat Las Palmas 3-0 by assisting Sergio Busquets' opener and later adding to himself in his 594th official game for the club. The league game was played behind closed doors at the Camp Nou due to violence in Catalonia relating to an ongoing independence referendum. On the 18th of October, in his 122nd European club appearance, Messi scored his 97th UEFA Champions League goal, and his 100th in all UEFA club competitions, in a 3-1 home victory over Olympiacos. Messi became only the second player after Cristiano Ronaldo to reach this century milestone, but accomplished it in 21 fewer appearances than the Portuguese counterpart. On the 4th of November, he made his 600th appearance for Barcelona in a 2-1 home win over Sevilla in La Liga. Following the reception of his fourth Golden Boot, Messi signed a new deal with Barcelona on the 25th of November, keeping him with the club through the 2020-21 season. His buyout clause was set at €700 million. On the 7th of January 2018, Messi made his 400th La Liga appearance with Barcelona in a 3-0 home win over Levante, marking the occasion with his 144th league assist and 365th league goal for the club, the latter of which saw him equal Gerd Muller's record for the most league goals scored for the same club in one of Europe's top 5 divisions. A week later, he broke the record, scoring his 366th La Liga goal from a free kick in a 4-2 away win against Real Sociedad. On the 4th of March, he scored his 600th senior career goal from a free kick in a 1-0 home win over Atletico Madrid, in La Liga. On the 14th of March, Messi scored his 99th and 100th Champions League goals in a 3-0 home win over Chelsea, becoming only the second player after Cristiano Ronaldo to reach this landmark, in fewer appearances, at a younger age and having taken fewer shots than his Portuguese counterpart. His opening goal, which came after only 2 minutes and 8 seconds, was also the fastest of his career, as Barcelona advanced to the quarter-finals of the competition for the 11th consecutive season. On the 7th of April, he scored a hat-trick in a 3-1 win over Leganés, including his 6th goal scored from a free kick for the season, matching the record set by former teammate Ronaldinho. He once again finished the season as the top scorer in La Liga, with 34 goals, which also saw him win his 5th Golden Shoe award. On the 21st of April, Messi scored Barcelona's second goal, his 40th of the season, in a 5-0 win over Sevilla in the 2018 Copa del Rey final, later also setting up Suarez's second goal. This was Barcelona's 4th consecutive title and their 30th overall. On the 29th of April, Messi scored a hat-trick in a 4-2 away win over Deportivo de La Coruña, which saw Barcelona claim their 25th league title. On the 9th of May, Messi scored as Barcelona defeated Villarreal 5-1 to set the longest unbeaten streak, 43 games, in La Liga history. 2018-19. Captaincy, 10th La Liga title, and a record 6th Golden Boot. With the departure of former captain Andrés Iniesta in May 2018, Messi was named the team's new captain for the following season. On the 12th of August, he lifted his first title as Barcelona's captain, the Supercopa de España, following a 2-1 victory over Sevilla. On the 19th of August, Messi scored twice in helping Barcelona defeat Alaves 3-0 in their first La Liga match of the season, with his first goal, a free kick that he rolled under the jumping Alaves wall, making history in being Barcelona's 6,000th goal in La Liga. On the 18th of September, Messi scored a hat-trick in a 4-0 home win over PSV Eindhoven in Barcelona's opening Champions League group stage match of the season, setting a new record for most hat-tricks in the competition, with 8. On the 20th of October, Messi scored in a 4-2 home win over Sevilla, but was later forced off in the 26th minute after falling awkwardly and injuring his right arm. Tests later confirmed that he had fractured his radial bone, ruling him out for approximately 3 weeks. On the 8th of December, Messi scored 2 free kicks, his 9th and 10th goals from set pieces during the calendar year, in a 4-0 away win over Derby Barcelona rivals Espanyol in La Liga. This was the first time ever that he had managed such a feat in the league. His first goal was also his 10th league goal of the season, making him the first player ever to reach double figures in La Liga for 13 consecutive seasons. On the 13th of January 2019, Messi scored his 400th La Liga goal in his 435th league appearance in a 3-0 home win over Eibar, becoming the first player ever to manage this tally in just one of Europe's top 5 leagues. On the 2nd of February, Messi scored twice in a 2-2 draw against Valencia, with his first goal coming from the penalty spot, his 50th La Liga penalty goal. As such, he became only the third player in La Liga history after Cristiano Ronaldo and Hugo Sanchez to score 50 penalties in the competition. Later that month, the club admitted they had begun preparations for Messi's future retirement. On the 23rd of February, Messi scored the 50th hat-trick of his career and also provided an assist for Suarez, as he helped Barcelona come from behind to achieve a 4-2 away victory over Sevilla in La Liga. The goal was also his 650th career goal for club and country at senior level. On the 16th of April, Messi scored twice in a 3-0 home victory over Manchester United in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-finals to give Barcelona a 4-0 aggregate win, which saw Barcelona progress to the semi-finals of the competition for the first time since 2015. These were also his first goals in the Champions League quarter-finals since 2013. On the 27th of April, Messi came off the bench and scored the only goal in a 1-0 home win over Levante, which allowed Barcelona to clinch the league title. This was his 450th La Liga appearance, and his first league title as Barcelona's captain. On the 1st of May, Messi scored twice in a 3-0 home win over Liverpool in the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals. His second goal of the match, a 35-yard free kick, was the 600th senior club goal of his career, all of which had been scored with Barcelona. In the return leg 6 days later at Anfield, Barcelona suffered a 4-0 away defeat, which saw Liverpool advance to the final 4-3 on aggregate. On the 19th of May, in Barcelona's final La Liga match of the season, Messi scored twice in a 2-2 away draw against Eibar, his 49th and 50th goals of the season in all competitions, which saw him capture his 6th Pichichi trophy as the league's top scorer. With 36 goals in 34 appearances, with 6 titles, he equaled Zara as the player with the most top scorer awards in La Liga. He also captured his 6th Golden Shoe award, and a record 3rd consecutive award since the 2016-17 season. On the 25th of May, Messi scored his final goal of the season in a 2-1 defeat to Valencia in the 2019 Copa del Rey final. 2019-20, record 6th Ballon d'Or. On the 5th of August 2019, it was announced that Messi would miss Barcelona's US tour after sustaining a right calf injury. On the 19th of August, Messi's chipped goal from the edge of the box against Real Betis was nominated for the 2019 FIFA Puskas Award. Later that month, he suffered another setback following the return of his calf injury, which ruled him out of the opening game of the season. As a result, he was sidelined indefinitely, and was only expected to return to action with Barcelona after the September international break. On the 2nd of September, Messi was shortlisted as one of the 3 finalists for both the 2019 FIFA Puskas Award and the 2019 Best FIFA Men's Player Award, with Messi winning the latter on the 23rd of September. Messi made his first appearance of the season on the 17th of September, and on the 6th of October he scored his first goal of the season with a free kick in a 4-0 home win over Sevilla. This was his 420th goal in La Liga, which saw him break Cristiano Ronaldo's record of 419 goals scored in Europe's top 5 leagues. On the 23rd of October, Messi scored his first Champions League goal of the season in a 2-1 away win over Slavia Prague, becoming the first player to score in 15 consecutive Champions League seasons excluding qualifying rounds. He also equaled Raúl and Cristiano Ronaldo's shared record of the most sides scored against in the competition, 33. On the 29th of October, Messi scored in a 5-1 home win over Real Valladolid in La Liga. His first goal, a set-piece from 35 yards, was the 50th free kick of his career. His goals, 608, also saw him overtake Cristiano Ronaldo's senior goal tally, 606, at club level. On the 9th of November, Messi scored 3 goals, including 2 free kicks, in a 4-1 home win against Celta Vigo. This was his 34th hat-trick in La Liga, equaling Cristiano Ronaldo's Spanish top-flight record. On the 27th of November, in what was his 700th appearance for Barcelona, Messi scored 1 goal and assisted 2 more in a 3-1 home win over Borussia Dortmund in the UEFA Champions League. Dortmund were the 34th team he had scored against in the competition, breaking the previous record of 33 held by Cristiano Ronaldo and Raul. On the 2nd of December, Messi was awarded a record-breaking 6th Ballon d'Or. On the 8th of December, Messi scored his record-breaking 35th hat-trick in La Liga with 3 goals in Barcelona's 5-2 home win over Mallorca. On the 22nd of February 2020, Messi scored 4 goals in a 5-0 home win over Eibar in La Liga. On the 14th of June, he scored in a 4-0 away win against Mallorca, becoming the first player ever in La Liga to score 20 goals or more in 12 consecutive seasons. On the 30th of June, he scored a Panenka in a 2-2 home draw against Atletico Madrid in La Liga, to reach his 700th goal in his senior career for Barcelona and Argentina. On the 11th of July, Messi provided his 20th assist of the league season for Arturo Vidal in a 1-0 away win over Real Valladolid, equaling Xavi's record of 20 assists in a single La Liga season from 2008 to 2009. With 22 goals, he also became only the second player ever, after Thierry Henry in the 2002-03 FA Premier League season with Arsenal 24 goals and 20 assists, to record at least 20 goals and 20 assists in a single league season in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. Following his brace in a 5-0 away win against Alaves in the final match of the season on the 20th of May, Messi finished the season as both the top scorer and top assist provider in La Liga, with 25 goals and 21 assists respectively, which saw him win his record 7th Pichichi trophy, overtaking Zara. However, Barcelona missed out on the league title to Real Madrid. On the 9th of August, in the Champions League round of 16 second leg versus Napoli at the Camp Nou, Messi scored the second goal and earned a penalty which led to a third goal and led his side to a 3-1 home victory and qualified 4-2 on aggregate for the quarter-finals against Bayern Munich. On the 15th of August, Messi suffered his worst defeat as a player as Bayern Munich beat Barcelona 8-2 in a one-off tie in Lisbon, leading to another disappointing exit from the Champions League. August 2020. Desire to leave Barcelona. Following growing dissatisfaction with the direction of Barcelona on and off the field, Barcelona announced that Messi sent the club a document expressing his desire to leave, on the 25th of August 2020. The announcement garnered a significant media response, including from current and former teammates, who supported Messi's statement, and Catalan president Quim Torra. On the 26th of August, Barcelona's sporting director Ramon Planes iterated the club's desire to build a team around the most important player in the world, and affirmed Messi will only be able to leave should a buyer pay his €700 million buyout clause, a reported early termination option available in Messi's contract, which would have allowed him to leave the club for free, could only be exercised if he had communicated his decision to Barcelona by the 31st of May 2020, although the player's representatives argued the deadline should be set to 31 August, due to the adjourned 2019-20 season. On the 30th of August, La Liga issued a statement stating Messi's contract and buyout clause were still active. On the 4th of September, Jorge Messi, Lionel's father and agent, released a statement in response to La Liga claiming the release clause is not valid when the termination of the contract is by the player's unilateral decision from the end of the 2019-20 season, as stated in Messi's contract with Barcelona. Moments later, La Liga issued a response reiterating their statement published on the 30th of August. Later that evening, Messi announced in an interview with Goal that he would continue at Barcelona for the final year of his contract. In the interview, Messi claimed to have informed Barcelona of his desire to leave multiple times, and club president Josep Maria Bartomeu said Messi could decide at the end of every season if he wanted to stay or leave, only for Bartomeu to refer to the release clause. This left Messi with two options: to stay or go to court against the club, with the player saying, "I would never go to court against the club of my life." 2020-21, final season at Barcelona. On the 27th of September, Messi began the 2020-21 season by scoring a penalty in a 4-0 home win against Villarreal in La Liga. 2 days prior to the opening game, he again criticized the club, this time for the manner of Luis Suarez's departure, stating, "At this stage nothing surprises me any more." On the 20th of October, Messi scored a penalty in a 5-1 home victory against Ferencváros in the Champions League, becoming the first player in history to score in 16 consecutive Champions League seasons. On the 25th of November, Messi was nominated for the 2020 Best FIFA Men's Player Award, and was later shortlisted as one of the final 3 candidates. On the 29th of November, Messi scored his side's 4th goal in their 4-0 victory over Osasuna. After scoring, he unveiled a shirt of his former side Newell's Old Boys, in tribute to Argentine compatriot Diego Maradona, who had died 4 days earlier, and raised both hands to the screen showing Maradona's face in the stadium. The shirt was a number 10 replica of the same one Maradona had worn during his stint with the club in 1993. On the 17th of December, Messi finished 3rd in the Best FIFA Men's Player Award behind Robert Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo, and was included in the FIFA FIF Pro World 11 for the 14th consecutive year. On the 23rd of December, Messi scored his 644th goal for Barcelona against Real Valladolid in La Liga, surpassing Pelé with Santos as the player with the most goals scored for a single club. In order to celebrate his achievement, Budweiser sent personalized bottles of beer to every goalkeeper whom Messi has scored against. On the 17th of January 2021, Messi was sent off for the first time in his club career for violent conduct, swinging an arm at the head of Aussie Air Villaliber, missed initially by the referee, but reviewed via VAR in the final minutes of Barcelona's 2-3 extra-time defeat to Athletic Bilbao in the 2020-21 Supercopa de España final. On the 10th of March, Messi scored from 35 yards out and later had a penalty saved in a 1-1 draw against Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes in the second leg of the Champions League round of 16 as Barcelona were eliminated at this stage for the first time in 14 years by an aggregate score of 2-5 after having lost 1-4 at home on the 16th of February, with Messi scoring Barcelona's only goal in that game. On the 15th of March, Messi scored 2 goals in a 4-1 win against Huesca, and became the first player in history to score at least 20 goals in 13 consecutive seasons in the top 5 European leagues. On the 21st of March, he surpassed Xavi's record to reach a club record of 768 appearances, in which he also scored a brace in a 6-1 away win against Real Sociedad. On the 17th of April, Messi scored twice as Barcelona defeated Athletic Bilbao 4-0 in the 2021 Copa del Rey final. With his second goal, he broke Gerd Muller's record of 30-plus goals in 12 consecutive club seasons, setting a new record of 13. With his 35th trophy with Barcelona, Messi also overtook former Manchester United winger Ryan Giggs as the most decorated footballer for a single club. On the 16th of May, Messi scored his 30th league goal of the campaign in a 1-2 home defeat against Celta Vigo, which later turned out to be his final goal and match in a Barcelona shirt. The top goalscorer in La Liga, Messi received the Pichichi Trophy for a record 8th time in his career. It was also his record 5th consecutive win in La Liga, surpassing Alfredo Di Stefano and Hugo Sanchez, who both had 4 for Real Madrid. On the 1st of July, Messi became a free agent after his contract expired, with negotiations on a new deal complicated due to financial issues at Barcelona. On the 5th of August, Barcelona announced that Messi would not be staying at the club, even though both parties reached an agreement and were due to sign a contract that day. The club cited financial and structural obstacles posed by La Liga regulations as a reason for Messi's departure. Club president Joan Laporta also blamed the previous board for Messi's exit by saying, "The basis of everything is the calamitous and disastrous situation left by the previous board." He added by saying, "The expected debt is much higher and we had some sports contracts in place that meant we had no margin on salary." 3 days later, in a tearful press conference held at the Camp Nou, Messi confirmed that he would be leaving Barcelona. Paris Saint-Germain, 2021-22, first season adjustments. On the 10th of August, Messi joined French club Paris Saint-Germain (PSG). He signed a 2-year deal until June 2023 with an option for an extra year. Messi chose 30 as his squad number, the same he wore as a teenager when he made his senior debut for Barcelona. Messi made his debut for the club on the 29th of August, coming on as a substitute in the second half of a 2-0 away win over Reims in Ligue 1. He made his first start and Champions League debut for the club in a 1-1 away draw against Club Brugge on the 15th of September. 4 days later, Messi made his home debut for PSG in a 2-1 win over Lyon. On the 28th of September, he scored his first goal for the club, a strike from the edge of the 18-yard box in a 2-0 Champions League group stage win over former manager Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. On the 21st of November, Messi scored his first League One goal in a 3-1 home victory over Nantes. Later that month, he provided a hat-trick of assists for the fifth time in his career as PSG beat Saint-Étienne 3-1, away from home. Having scored 40 goals at club and international level for the calendar year and helped Argentina win the 2021 Copa America, Messi received a record 7th Ballon d'Or on the 29th of November. On the 2nd of January 2022, PSG announced that Messi had tested positive for COVID-19, missing 2 league games, and a cup game as a result. He made his return on the 23rd of January in the league against Reims, where he came on as a substitute in the second half and assisted PSG's third goal in a 4-0 home victory. On the 13th of March, following their Champions League elimination against Real Madrid in the round of 16, Messi and his teammate Neymar were booed by some of the PSG fans at the Parc des Princes in the league match against Bordeaux. Then PSG manager Mauricio Pochettino defended Messi by saying, "To judge Messi in this way is unfair," adding, "It was a year of learning, and not just on a professional level coming to Paris Saint-Germain, in a new league and with new teammates, but also on a family level." On the 23rd of April, he helped PSG clinch their 10th League One title after scoring from a strike outside the 18-yard box in a 1-1 draw against Lens at home. Messi finished his debut season with 11 goals and 14 assists across all competitions. He failed to reach double-figure league goals for the first time since 2005-06, ending the campaign with 6. 2022-23, return to form and departure. After adjusting to his new surroundings and settling in Paris, under new coach Christophe Galtier, Messi returned to his preferred free attacking role, being placed in his favored position as the playmaker behind 2 strikers, in an attacking trident with Neymar and Kylian Mbappé, quickly regaining his form from his previous season by starting off the new season on the 31st of July by scoring PSG's first goal in a 4-0 victory over Nantes in the Trophée des Champions, winning his second trophy with PSG. Due to his form in the previous season, Messi was not nominated for the Ballon d'Or award for the first time since 2005. On the 21st of August, Messi provided a long-range assist for Mbappé, clocked at 8 seconds, for League One's second fastest goal ever scored, before also scoring a goal in 7-1 away win over Lille. The following matches, after registering 6 goal contributions, including 1 goal and 5 assists, Messi was named League One's Player of the Month in September. On the 5th of October, he scored in a 1-1 draw away to Benfica in the Champions League, becoming the only player in the competition's history to score against 40 different Champions League opponents. On the 25th of October, he scored twice in a 7-2 Champions League win at home to Maccabi Haifa, setting the record for the most goals scored from outside the 18-yard box than any other player in the competition, with 23 goals. 4 days later, Messi scored and provided an assist as PSG won 4-3 against Troyes to remain top of the League One table. The goal was his 7th of the league season and his 12th overall, surpassing his total output of the prior season in just 18 matches. On the 26th of February 2023, PSG defeated Marseille 3-0 in Le Classique, with Messi scoring his 700th senior career club goal as well as assisting 2 goals for Mbappé. On the 11th of March, PSG defeated Brest 2-1, with Messi setting up a last-minute winner for Mbappé, registering his 300th career assist. On the 8th of April, he scored and provided an assist in a 2-0 away win over Nice in League One, which saw him overtake Cristiano Ronaldo as the all-time highest goalscorer in European club football with 702 goals, during the match. He also achieved 1,000 career direct goal contributions at club level. On the 2nd of May, Messi was suspended for 2 weeks and fined after taking an unauthorized trip to Saudi Arabia with his family as part of a promotional commercial agreement. His visit to Saudi Arabia meant he did not show up to training the previous day following a 3-1 defeat to Lorient. The next day, on the 3rd of May, it was reported that Messi would leave PSG at the end of the season, following the expiry of his contract. Afterwards, several PSG supporters demanded his exit from the club, viewing his absence as evidence of a team not fighting for the shirt, within a context of perceived disconnect between themselves and the club's identity. 2 days later, Messi apologized to the club and his teammates for the trip, stating he thought he had a free day after the match against Lorient and already had the trip planned. which he had cancelled previously. On the 28th of May, Messi scored in a 1-1 draw against Strasbourg, helping PSG clinch their 11th Ligue 1 title and his second in a row. In the process, Messi became the player with the most goals in the history of Europe's top 5 leagues, with 496 goals. On the 1st of June, Galtier confirmed that PSG's home game against Clermont on the 3rd of June would be Messi's last for the club, with the club confirming his departure 2 days later. The match ended in 3-2 defeat. He ended the season with the highest number of assists in the league with 16 and was also included in the UNFP's League 1 team of the season alongside teammates Achraf Hakimi, Nuno Mendes and Mbappé. Inter Miami. Following confirmation of his departure from PSG, Messi was linked with a return to former club Barcelona, as well as with a big money move to Saudi professional league club Al Hilal, but his eventual decision to sign for Major League Soccer club Inter Miami was communicated to Barcelona president Joan Laporta by the 5th of June 2023. Barcelona were unable to sign him due to financial constraints. On the 7th of June, Inter Miami posted a video on their social media hinting at the club's impending signing of Messi. On the same day, Messi confirmed his intention to join Miami in a joint interview with Mundo Deportivo and Sport, in which he said that they haven't closed it 100%. MLS also stated that the deal had not been finalized. He explained that even though La Liga had accepted everything and was fine for him to return to Barcelona, there were many things left to be done, such as lowering salaries and selling players, and he did not want to go through it again or be responsible for it. He confirmed that other European clubs approached him, but that Barcelona was the only European team he wanted to play for. On the 15th of July 2023, Inter Miami announced the signing of Messi on a 2.5-year contract. He was formally introduced to fans at a live-streamed event, dubbed La Presentation, at DRVPNK Stadium the following day alongside fellow signee and former Barcelona teammate Sergio Busquets. Messi made his debut for the club on the 21st of July in a Leagues Cup match against Cruz Azul, scoring with a free kick in stoppage time for a 2-1 victory. International career: 2004-2005, success at youth level. As a dual Argentine-Spanish national, Messi was eligible to play for the national team of both countries. Selectors for Spain's under-17 squad began pursuing him in 2003 after Barcelona's director of football, Carles Rexach, alerted the Royal Spanish Football Federation to their young player. Messi declined the offer, having aspired to represent La Albiceleste since childhood. To further prevent Spain from taking him, the Argentine Football Association organized 2 under-20 friendlies in June 2004, against Paraguay and Uruguay, with the purpose of finalizing his status as an Argentina player in FIFA. 5 days after his 17th birthday, on the 29th of June, he made his debut for his country against Paraguay, scoring once and providing 2 assists in their 8-0 victory. He was subsequently included in the squad for the South American Youth Championship, held in Colombia in February 2005. As he lacked the stamina of his teammates, the result of his former growth hormone deficiency, he was used as a substitute in 6 of the 9 games. After being named man of the match against Venezuela, he scored the winning 2-1 goal in the crucial last match against Brazil, thereby securing their 3rd-place qualification for the FIFA World Youth Championship. Aware of his physical limitations, Messi employed a personal trainer to increase his muscle mass, returning to the squad in an improved condition in time for the World Youth Championship, hosted by the Netherlands in June. After he was left out of the starting lineup in their first match against the United States, a 1-0 defeat, the squad's senior players asked manager Francisco Ferraro to let Messi start, as they considered him their best player. After helping the team defeat Egypt and Germany to progress past the group stage, Messi proved decisive in the knockout phase as he scored their equalizer against Colombia, provided a goal and an assist against title favorites Spain, and scored their opening goal against reigning champions Brazil. Ahead of the final, he was awarded the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. He scored 2 penalties in their 2-1 victory over Nigeria, clinching Argentina's 5th championship and finishing the tournament as top scorer with 6 goals. His performances drew comparisons with compatriot Diego Maradona, who had led Argentina to the title in 1979, 2005-2006, Senior and World Cup debuts. In recognition of his achievements with the under-20 side, senior manager Jose Pekerman gave Messi his first call-up for a friendly against Hungary on the 17th of August 2005. Aged 18, Messi made his senior debut for Argentina in the Ferenc Puskás Stadium when he came on in the 63rd minute, only to be sent off after 2 minutes for a perceived foul against Vilmos Vančák, who had grabbed his shirt. Messi had struck the defender with his arm while trying to shake him off, which the referee interpreted as an intentional elbowing, a contentious decision. Messi was reportedly found weeping in the dressing room after his sending off. He returned to the team on the 3rd of September in their World Cup qualifier defeat to Paraguay, which he had declared his re-debut ahead of the match. Messi started his first game in the next qualifying match against Peru, in which he was able to win a crucial penalty that secured their victory. After the match, Pekerman described him as a jewel. He subsequently made regular appearances for the team ahead of Argentina's participation in the 2006 FIFA World Cup, scoring his first goal in a friendly against Croatia on the 1st of March 2006. A hamstring injury sustained a week later jeopardized his presence in the World Cup, but he was nevertheless selected for Pekerman's squad and regained fitness in time for the start of the tournament. During the World Cup in Germany, Messi witnessed their opening match victory against the Ivory Coast from the substitutes bench. In the next match, against Serbia and Montenegro, he became the youngest player to represent Argentina at a FIFA World Cup when he came on as a substitute in the 74th minute. He assisted their 4th strike within minutes and scored the final goal in their 6-0 victory, making him the youngest scorer in the tournament and the 6th youngest goalscorer in the history of the World Cup. As their progression to the knockout phase was secured, several starters were rested during the last group match. Messi consequently started the game against the Netherlands, a 0-0 draw, as they won their group on goal differential. In the round of 16 match against Mexico, played on his 19th birthday, Messi came on in the 84th minute, with the score tied at 1-1. He appeared to score a goal, but it was contentiously ruled offside, with the team needing a late goal in extra time to proceed. He did not play in the quarterfinal against Germany, during which Argentina were eliminated 4-2 in a penalty shootout. Back home, Pekerman's decision to leave him on the bench against Germany led to widespread criticism from those who believed Messi could have changed the outcome of the match in Argentina's favor. 2007-2008, Copa America final and Olympic gold. As Messi evolved into one of the best players in the world, he secured a place in Alfio Basil's starting lineup, as part of a team considered favorites to win the 2007 Copa America, held in Venezuela. He set up the game-winning goal of their 4-1 victory over the United States in the opening match, before winning a penalty that led to the game-tying first strike of their 4-2 win in the next match against Colombia. At the quarterfinal stage, where the group winners faced Peru, he scored the second goal of a 4-0 victory that saw them through to the semifinal, during which he chipped the ball over Mexico's goalkeeper to ensure another 3-0 win. In a surprise defeat, Argentina lost the final 3-0 to a Brazil squad that lacked several of the nation's best players. Their unexpected loss was followed by much criticism in Argentina, though Messi was mostly exempt due to his young age and secondary status to star player Juan Roman Riquelme. He was named the best young player of the tournament by CONMEBOL. Ahead of the 2008 Summer Olympics, Barcelona legally barred Messi from representing Argentina at the tournament as it coincided with their Champions League qualifying matches. After interference from newly appointed Barcelona manager Pep Guardiola, who had won the tournament in 1992, Messi was permitted to join Sergio Batista's under-23 squad in Beijing. During the first match, he scored the opening goal in their 2-1 victory over the Ivory Coast. Following a 1-0 win in the next group match against Australia, ensuring their quarterfinal qualification, Messi was rested during the game against Serbia, while his side won the match to finish first in their group. Against the Netherlands, he again scored the first goal and assisted a second strike to help his team to a 2-1 win in extra time. After a 3-0 semifinal victory over Brazil, Messi assisted the only goal in the final as Argentina defeated Nigeria to claim Olympic gold medals. Along with Riquelme, Messi was singled out by FIFA as the standout player from the tournament's best team. 2008-2011, collective decline. From late 2008, the national team experienced a 3-year period marked by poor performances. Under manager Diego Maradona, who had led Argentina to World Cup victory as a player, the team struggled to qualify for the 2010 World Cup, securing their place in the tournament only after defeating Uruguay 1-0 in their last qualifying match. Maradona was criticized for his strategic decisions, which included playing Messi out of his usual position. In 8 qualifying matches under Maradona's stewardship, Messi scored only 1 goal, netting the opening goal in the first such match, a 4-0 victory over Venezuela. During that game, played on the 28th of March 2009, he wore Argentina's number 10 shirt for the first time, following the international retirement of Riquelme. Overall, Messi scored 4 goals in 18 appearances during the qualifying process. Ahead of the tournament, Maradona visited Messi in Barcelona to request his tactical input. Messi then outlined a 4-3-1-2 formation with himself playing behind the 2 strikers, a playmaking position known as the enganche in Argentine football, which had been his preferred position since childhood. Despite their poor qualifying campaign, Argentina were considered title contenders at the World Cup in South Africa. At the start of the tournament, the new formation proved effective. Messi managed at least 4 attempts on goal during their opening match but was repeatedly denied by Nigeria's goalkeeper, resulting in a 1-0 win. During the next match, against South Korea, he excelled in his playmaking role, participating in all 4 goals of his side's 4-1 victory. As their place in the knockout phase was guaranteed, most of the starters were rested during the last group match, but Messi reportedly refused to be benched. He wore the captain's armband for the first time in their 2-0 win against Greece. As the focal point of their play, he helped create their second goal to see Argentina finish as group winners. Argentina were eliminated in the quarterfinal against Germany, at the same stage of the tournament and by the same opponent as 4 years earlier. Their 4-0 loss was their worst margin of defeat at a World Cup since 1974. FIFA subsequently identified Messi as one of the tournament's 10 best players, citing his outstanding pace and creativity and spectacular and efficient dribbling, shooting and passing. Back home, however, Messi was the subject of harsher judgment. As the perceived best player in the world, he had been expected to lead an average team to the title, as Maradona arguably did in 1986, but he had failed to replicate his performances at Barcelona with the national team, leading to the accusation that he cared less about his country than his club. Maradona was replaced by Sergio Batista, who had orchestrated Argentina's Olympic victory. Batista publicly stated that he intended to build the team around Messi, employing him as a false 9 within a 4-3-3 system, as used to much success by Barcelona. Although Messi scored a record 53 goals during the 2010-11 club season, he had not scored for Argentina in an official match since March 2009. Despite the tactical change, his goal drought continued during the 2011 Copa America, hosted by Argentina. Their first 2 matches, against Bolivia and Colombia, ended in draws. Media and fans noted that he did not combine well with striker Carlos Tevez, who enjoyed greater popularity among the Argentine public. Messi was consequently booed by his own team's supporters for the first time in his career. During the crucial next match, with Tevez on the bench, he gave a well-received performance, assisting 2 goals in their 3-0 victory over Costa Rica. After the quarterfinal against Uruguay ended in a 1-1 draw following extra time, with Messi having assisted their equalizer, Argentina were eliminated 4-5 in the penalty shootout by the eventual champions. 2011-2013, assuming the captaincy. After Argentina's unsuccessful performance in the Copa America, Batista was replaced by Alejandro Sabella. Upon his appointment in August 2011, Sabella awarded the 24-year-old Messi the captaincy of the squad, in accord with then-captain Javier Mascherano. Reserved by nature, Messi went on to lead his squad by example as their best player, while Mascherano continued to fulfill the role of the team's on-field leader and motivator. In a further redesign of the team, Sabella dismissed Tevez and brought in players with whom Messi had won the World Youth Championship and Olympic Games. Now playing in a free role in an improving team, Messi ended his goal drought by scoring during their first World Cup qualifying match against Chile on the 7th of October, his first official goal for Argentina in 2.5 years. Under Sabella, Messi's goal-scoring rate drastically increased, where he had scored only 17 goals in 61 matches under his previous managers, he scored 25 times. In 32 appearances during the following 3 years, he netted a total of 12 goals in 9 games for Argentina in 2012, equaling the record held by Gabriel Batistuta for the most goals scored in a calendar year for their country. His first international hat-trick came in a friendly against Switzerland on the 29th of February 2012, followed by 2 More hat-tricks over the next year and a half in friendlies against Brazil and Guatemala. Messi then helped the team secure their place in the 2014 World Cup with a 5-2 victory over Paraguay on the 10th of September 2013 when he scored twice from penalty kicks, taking his international tally to 37 goals to become Argentina's second highest goal scorer behind Batistuta. Overall, he had scored a total of 10 goals in 14 matches during the qualifying campaign. Concurrently with his bettered performances, his relationship with his compatriots improved, as he gradually began to be perceived more favorably in Argentina. 2014-2015 World Cup and Copa America Finals. Ahead of the World Cup in Brazil, doubts persisted over Messi's form, as he finished an unsuccessful and injury-plagued season with Barcelona. At the start of the tournament, however, he gave strong performances, being elected man of the match in their first 4 matches. In his first World Cup match as captain, he led them to a 2-1 victory over Bosnia and Herzegovina. He helped create Sead Kolasinic's own goal and scored their second strike after a dribble past 3 players, his first World Cup goal since his debut in the tournament 8 years earlier. During the second match against Iran, he scored an injury-time goal from 25 yards out to end the game in a 1-0 win, securing their qualification for the knockout phase. He scored twice in the last group match, a 3-2 victory over Nigeria, his second goal coming from a free kick, as they finished first in their group. Messi assisted a late goal in extra time to ensure a 1-0 win against Switzerland in the round of 16, and played in the 1-0 quarterfinal win against Belgium as Argentina progressed to the semi-final of the World Cup for the first time since 1990. Following a 0-0 draw in extra time, they eliminated the Netherlands 4-2 in a penalty shootout to reach the final, with Messi scoring his team's first penalty. Billed as Messi vs Germany, the world's best player against the best team, the final was a repeat of the 1990 final featuring Diego Maradona. Within the first half hour, Messi had started the play that led to a goal, but it was ruled offside. He missed several opportunities to open the scoring throughout the match, in particular at the start of the second half when his breakaway effort went wide of the far post. Substitute Mario Götze finally scored in the 113th minute, followed in the last minute of extra time by a free kick that Messi sent over the net, as Germany won the match 1-0 to claim the World Cup. At the conclusion of the final, Messi was awarded the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. In addition to being the joint third highest goal scorer, with 4 goals and an assist, he created the most chances, completed the most dribbling runs, made the most deliveries into the penalty area and produced the most through balls in the competition. However, his selection drew criticism due to his lack of goals in the knockout round. FIFA President Sepp Blatter expressed his surprise, while Maradona suggested that Messi had undeservedly been chosen for marketing purposes. Another final appearance, the third of Messi's senior international career, followed in the 2015 Copa America, held in Chile. Under the stewardship of former Barcelona manager Gerardo Martino, Argentina entered the tournament as title contenders due to their second-place achievement at the World Cup. During the opening match against Paraguay, they were ahead 2 goals by halftime but lost their lead to end the match in a 2-2 draw. Messi had scored from a penalty kick, netting his only goal in the tournament. Following a 1-0 win against defending champions Uruguay, Messi earned his 100th cap for his country in the final group match, a 1-0 win over Jamaica, becoming only the 5th Argentine to achieve this milestone. In his 100 appearances, he had scored a total of 46 goals for Argentina, 22 of which came in official competitive matches. As Messi evolved from the team's symbolic captain into a genuine leader, he led Argentina to the knockout stage as group winners. In the quarterfinal, they created numerous chances, including a rebound header by Messi, but were repeatedly denied by Colombia's goalkeeper and ultimately ended the match scoreless, leading to a 5-4 penalty shootout in their favor, with Messi netting his team's first spot kick. At the semifinal stage, Messi excelled as a playmaker as he provided 3 assists and helped create 3 more goals in his side's 6-1 victory over Paraguay, receiving applause from the initially hostile crowd. Argentina started the final as the odds-on title favorites, but were defeated by Chile 4-1 in a penalty shootout after a 0-0 extra-time draw. Faced with aggression from opposing players, including taking a boot to the midriff, Messi played below his standards, though he was the only Argentine to successfully convert his penalty. At the close of the tournament, He was reportedly selected to receive the Most Valuable Player award but rejected the honors. As Argentina continued a trophy drought that began in 1993, the World Cup and Copa America defeats again brought intense criticism for Messi from Argentine media. Third Copa America final. First, retirement and return. Messi's place in Argentina's Copa America Centenario squad was initially put in jeopardy when he sustained a back injury in a 1-0 friendly win over Honduras in a pre-Copa America warm-up match on the 27th of May 2016. It was later reported that he had suffered a deep bruise in his lumbar region. He was later left on the bench in Argentina's 2-1 opening win over defending champions Chile on the 6th of June due to concerns regarding his fitness. Although Messi was declared match fit for his nation's second group match against Panama on the 10th of June, Martino left him on the bench once again. He replaced Augusto Fernandez in the 61st minute and subsequently scored a hat-trick in 19 minutes, also starting the play which led to Sergio Aguero's goal, as the match ended in a 5-0 victory, sealing Argentina's place in the quarter-finals of the competition. He was elected man of the match for his performance. On the 18th of June, in the quarter-final of the Copa America against Venezuela, Messi produced another man of the match performance, assisting 2 goals and scoring another in a 4-1 victory, which enabled him to equal Gabriel Batistuta's national record of 54 goals in official international matches. This record was broken 3 days later when Messi scored a free kick in a 4-0 semi-final win against hosts the United States. He also assisted 2 goals during the match as Argentina sealed a place in the final of the competition for a second consecutive year, and was named man of the match once again. During a repeat of the previous year's final on the 26th of June, Argentina once again lost to Chile on penalties after a 0-0 deadlock, resulting in Messi's third consecutive defeat in a major tournament final with Argentina, and his 4th overall. After the match, Messi, who had missed his penalty in the shootout, announced his retirement from international football. He stated, "I tried my hardest. The team has ended for me, a decision made." Chile coach Juan Antonio Pizzi said, after the match, "My generation can't compare him to Maradona. That's for my generation, because of what Maradona did for Argentine football. But I think the best player ever played today here in the United States." Messi finished the tournament as the second highest scorer, behind Eduardo Vargas, with 5 goals, and was the highest assist provider with 4 assists, also winning more man of the match awards than any other player in the tournament. 3. He was named to the team of the tournament for his performances, but missed out on the Golden Ball Award for Best Player, which went to Alexis Sanchez. Following his announcement, a campaign began in Argentina for Messi to change his mind about retiring. He was greeted by fans with signs like, "Don't go, Leo," when the team landed in Buenos Aires. President of Argentina Mauricio Macri urged Messi not to quit, stating, "We are lucky, it is one of life's pleasures, it is a gift from God to have the best player in the world in a footballing country like ours. Lionel Messi is the greatest thing we have in Argentina and we must take care of him." Mayor of Buenos Aires Horacio Rodriguez Larreta unveiled a statue of Messi in the capital to convince him to reconsider retirement. The campaign also continued in the streets and avenues of the Argentine capital, with about 50,000 supporters going to the Obelisco de Buenos Aires on the 2nd of July, using the same slogan. Just a week after Messi announced his international retirement, Argentine newspaper La Nación reported that he was reconsidering playing for Argentina at the 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifiers in September. On the 12th of August, it was confirmed that Messi had reversed his decision to retire from international football, and he was included in the squad for the national team's upcoming 2018 World Cup qualifiers. On the 1st of September, in his first game back, he scored in a 1-0 home win over Uruguay in a 2018 World Cup qualifier. On the 28th of March 2017, Messi was suspended for 4 international games for insulting an assistant referee in a game against Chile on the 23rd of March 2017. He was also fined 10,000 Swiss francs. On the 5th of May, Messi's 4-match ban as well as his 10,000 Swiss francs fine was lifted by FIFA after Argentina Football Association appealed against his suspension, which meant he could now play Argentina's remaining World Cup qualifiers. Argentina's place in the 2018 World Cup was in jeopardy going into their final qualifying matches. They were 6th in their group, outside the 5 possible CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying spots, meaning they risked failing to qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 1970. On the 10th of October, Messi led his country to World Cup qualification in scoring a hat-trick as Argentina came from behind to defeat Ecuador 3-1 away. Argentina had not defeated Ecuador in Quito since 2001. Messi's 3 goals saw him become the joint all-time leading scorer in CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers with 21 goals, alongside Uruguay's Luis Suarez, overtaking the previous record which was held by compatriot Hernan Crespo. 2018 World Cup. Following on from their poor qualification campaign, expectations were not high going into the 2018 World Cup, with the team, without an injured Messi, losing 6-1 to Spain in March 2018. Prior to Argentina's opener, there was speculation in the media over whether this would be Messi's final World Cup. In the team's opening group match against Iceland on the 16th of June, Messi missed a potential match-winning penalty in an eventual 1-1 draw. In Argentina's second game on the 21st of June, the team lost 3-0 to Croatia in a huge upset. Post-match, the Argentina coach Jorge Sampaoli spoke of the lack of quality in the team surrounding Messi, saying, "We quite simply couldn't pass to him to help him generate the situations he is used to. We worked to give him the ball, but the opponent also worked hard to prevent him from getting the ball. We lost that battle." Croatia captain and midfielder Luka Modric also stated post-match, "Messi is an incredible player, but he can't do everything alone." In Argentina's final group match against Nigeria at the Krestovsky Stadium, St. Petersburg on the 26th of June, Messi scored the opening goal in an eventual 2-1 victory, becoming the third Argentine after Diego Maradona and Gabriel Batistuta to score in 3 different World Cups. He also became the first player to score in the World Cup in his teens, 20s, and his 30s. A goal of the tournament contender, Messi received a long pass from midfield and controlled the ball on the run with 2 touches before striking it across goal into the net with his weaker right foot. He was awarded man of the match. Argentina progressed to the second round as group runners-up behind Croatia. In the round of 16 match against eventual champions France on the 30th of June, Messi set up Gabriel Mercado's and Sergio Aguero's goals in a 3-4 defeat, which saw Argentina eliminated from the World Cup. With his 2 assists in his team's second-round fixture, Messi became the first player to provide an assist in the last 4 World Cups, and also became the first player to provide 2 assists in a match for Argentina since Maradona had managed the same feat against South Korea in 1986. Following the tournament, Messi stated that he would not participate in Argentina's friendlies against Guatemala and Colombia in September, and commented that it would be unlikely that he would represent his nation for the remainder of the calendar year. Messi's absence from the national team and his continued failure to win a title with Argentina prompted speculation in the media that Messi might retire from international football once again. In March 2019, however, he was called up to the Argentina squad once again for the team's friendlies against Venezuela and Morocco later that month. A conversation with Lionel Scaloni and his idol Pablo Aimar made Messi reconsider his decision to retire. He made his international return on the 22nd of March, in a 3-1 friendly defeat to Venezuela, in Madrid. 2019-2020. Copa America third place and suspension. On the 21st of May, Messi was included in Scaloni's final 23-man squad for the 2019 Copa America. In Argentina's second group match on the 19th of June, Messi scored the equalizing goal from the penalty spot in a 1-1 draw against Paraguay. After coming under criticism in the media over his performance following Argentina's 2-0 quarterfinal victory over Venezuela on the 28th of June, Messi commented that it had not been his best Copa America, while also criticizing the poor quality of the pitches. Following Argentina's 2-0 semi-final defeat to hosts Brazil on the 2nd of July, Messi was critical of the refereeing, and alleged the competition was set up for Brazil to win. In the third-place match against Chile on the 6th of July, Messi set up Aguero's opening goal from a free kick in an eventual 2-1 win, to help Argentina win the bronze medal. However, he was sent off along with Gary Medel in the 37th minute of play, after being involved in an altercation with the Chilean defender. Following the match, Messi refused to collect his medal, and implied in a post-match interview that his comments following the semi-final led to his sending off. Messi later issued an apology for his comments, but was fined $1,500 and was handed a 1-match ban by CONMEBOL, which ruled him out of Argentina's next World Cup qualifier. On the 2nd of August, Messi was banned for 3 months from international football and was fined $50,000 by CONMEBOL for his comments against the referee's decisions. This ban meant he would miss Argentina's friendly matches against Chile, Mexico and Germany in September and October. On the 15th of November, Messi played in the 2019 Superclásico de las Americas vs Brazil, scoring the winning goal by a rebound of his saved penalty. On the 8th of October 2020, Messi scored a penalty in a 1-0 victory against Ecuador, giving Argentina a winning start to their 2022 World Cup qualifying campaign. 2021-2022, Copa America and World Cup triumphs. On the 14th of June 2021, Messi scored from a free kick in a 1-1 draw against Chile in Argentina's opening group match of the 2021 Copa America in Brazil. On the 21st of June, Messi played in his 147th match as he equaled Javier Mascherano's record for most appearances for Argentina in a 1-0 win over Paraguay in their third game of the tournament. A week later, he broke the record when he featured in a 4-1 win against Bolivia in his team's final group match, assisting Papu Gomez's opening goal and later scoring two. On the 3rd of July, Messi assisted twice and scored from a free kick in a 3-0 win over Ecuador in the quarterfinals of the competition. On the 6th of July, in a 1-1 draw in the semi-finals against Colombia, Messi made his 150th appearance for his country and registered his 5th assist of the tournament, a cutback for Lautaro Martinez, matching his record of 9 goal contributions in a single tournament from 5 years earlier. He later scored his spot kick in Argentina's eventual 3-2 penalty shootout victory to progress to his 5th international final. On the 10th of July, Argentina defeated hosts and defending champions Brazil 1-0 in the final, giving Messi his first major international title and Argentina's first since 1993, as well as his nation's joint record 15th Copa America overall. Messi was directly involved in 9 out of the 12 goals scored by Argentina, scoring 4 and assisting 5. He was named the player of the tournament for his performances, an honor he shared with Neymar. He also finished as top scorer with 4 goals, tied with Colombia's Luis Diaz, with the Golden Boot awarded to Messi as he had more assists. On the 9th of September, Messi scored a hat-trick in a 3-0 home win over Bolivia in a 2022 World Cup qualifier, which also moved him above Pelé as South America's top male international scorer with 79 goals. In the 2022 Finalissima, the third edition of the CONMEBOL UEFA Cup of Champions, at Wembley on the 2nd of June 2022, Messi assisted twice in a 3-0 victory against Italy and was named player of the match, securing his second trophy for Argentina at the senior level. Messi then followed this on the 6th of June with all 5 Argentina goals in a 5-0 victory in a friendly win over Estonia, overtaking Ferenc Puskás among the all-time international men's top scorers. At the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar, Messi scored a penalty in Argentina's opening game, a 2-1 defeat to Saudi Arabia, before scoring with a low 20-yard strike in their next match against Mexico, in which Argentina won 2-0, also recording an assist on Enzo Fernandez's goal. In the last 16 game against Australia, Messi scored the opening goal in Argentina's 2-1 win in what was his 1,000th senior career appearance, and became the most-capped male South American CONMEBOL member footballer of all time, surpassing the previous record set by Ecuador's Ivan Hurtado, as well as surpassing and equaling several other FIFA World Cup and national team records. In the quarterfinal against the Netherlands, Messi assisted Argentina's first goal for Nahuel Molina with a reverse pass and then scored a penalty as the game finished 2-2 after extra time. Argentina won 4-3 in the penalty shootout, with Messi scoring the first penalty. In the semi-final against Croatia, Messi made a record-qualifying 25th World Cup Finals appearance, drawing level with Germany's Lothar Matthäus, and scored the opening goal with a penalty before he assisted Argentina's third goal scored by Julian Alvarez in a 3-0 win. With his 11th World Cup goal, Messi overtook Batistuta to become Argentina's all-time top scorer at the World Cup. Argentina advanced to the final against France, with Messi stating that it would be his final World Cup appearance. In the 2022 FIFA World Cup final on the 18th of December, Messi made his record 26th World Cup match appearance. At Lusail Stadium, he scored Argentina's opening goal with a penalty, becoming in the process the first player since the LAST 16 round was introduced in 1986 to score a goal in every round of a single World Cup edition. After Argentina's eventual 2-goal lead was erased by France forward Kylian Mbappé, who scored twice inside 2 minutes, Messi would score again in extra time to restore Argentina's lead, before Mbappé again drew. France level. Tied 3-3 after extra time, the match went to a penalty shootout. Messi scored Argentina's first goal in the shootout, with Argentina eventually winning 4-2, ending the nation's 36-year wait for the trophy. Messi received the Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament, becoming the first player to win it twice. He finished second in the Golden Boot race with 7 goals. In 7 games, 1 behind Mbappé. With his appearance and 2 goals in the final, Messi overtook Matthäus as the player with most appearances at the World Cup 26, and Pelé as the player with most direct goal contributions at the World Cup 21 to 13 goals and 8 assists. The championship game was widely acclaimed as one of the best of all time, with media coverage heavily framing it as a duel between Messi and Mbappé. Following the game, Messi confirmed that he had no plans to retire from the national team, saying, "I want to continue playing as a champion." 2023 present. 100 international goals. In March 2023, Messi made his return to Argentina as a world champion with 2 appearances in friendlies in his home country. He scored his 99th international goal with a free kick in Argentina's 2-0 win over Panama. This also marked his 800th senior career goal for club and country. In the following match against Curaçao, Messi scored a hat-trick, his 9th for Argentina, and recorded an assist in a 7-0 win. The first of his 3 goals saw him reach 100 international goals, making Messi the 3rd player in history to reach the milestone.